Y'all remember these? Y'all remember these? This is the MAC OG Studio Fix. I've got a ton of these, and today I'm gonna ask you to pull it out and let's go back to it, y'all. These are still great, even though they've come out with a new version. Y'all, let's work with the OG. Let's work with the OG today. Today, I'm gonna show you how to achieve a gorgeous, simple, elegant look for brown skin. It's going to be timeless, natural, and as you see, perfect for the mature woman. Hey beautiful, this is Darlene with Beauty is What I Do 2.0 and the MAC Studio Fix. Y'all, remember back in the day how we will be running to the MAC counter to get our studio fix? Well, she is still that girl. She is still that girl. And it was such a staple for many of us. It was such a staple for many of us, and I still love it today. So I'm going to walk you through how I'm going to use it today with a lot of my other MAC staples that I absolutely love, and show you how I created this effortless, timeless look that, girl, I can't stop. When this video is over, I'm going somewhere because this look is fabulous. I love it, and I hope you love it too. Okay, if you want to see how I created this look, keep watching. Okay, listen. So I have so much matte foundation powder Studio Fix that I was like, I gotta use this up. I gotta use it up, but I've got to talk about the new powder. Now, I have not bought it. I have not even gone into the store. No, that's a lie. I have gone into the store and I have looked at it, but I didn't even consider buying it because I have so much of it, and I have it because it's in my kit. And the MAC Studio Foundation, the MAC Studio Fix, is a powder that I really did not use a lot on myself, though I liked it, but I didn't use it on myself because it did give such a full, flawless coverage look that I often did not wear. I would only probably wear that look if I was going to a black tie, maybe professional images, but other than that, it wasn't a staple. So that's why I still have it, and y'all, it's still good. But let me just talk about the benefits of the new one. So today I believe I'm going to be using NW43. So this is it. And then I'm going to be using NW43. And in the new formula, if you wear this, you're going to be NW44. So let's talk about the benefits of the new formula. There are 67 shades, which is fantastic. It's talc-free. It's 24-hour oil control, which is what the old one I feel like was really geared towards, because it gave such a powdery matte, I'm going to say more of a matte finish, right? You had to know how to work with it if you had dry skin to give it a more luminous look, which is exactly what I'm going to do today because I do have dry skin. But the new formula also, they say, looks more natural. It looks, just like real skin, which is always great. It's designed to reduce the appearance of large pores. It smooths out blemishes. It has up to 12 hours of true color stay. So if you get up in the morning and you're doing your makeup for work at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, by 7 o'clock at night, by the time you make it back home, your makeup, they say, should still look really, really good with this new formula. And that's fantastic. It's for all skin types, which is also fantastic. And this is the kicker. Now that we into summer, y'all, it's waterproof and it is sweat resistant. Wow. Waterproof means you can go swimming. Is that what that means? Let me know who's going to do that. Who's going to test the waters with a new foundation from MAC? Let me know, because I'm not going to be the one to do it. And it's sweat resistant. I think that's good. That's, because you out and about, you enjoying your summer vacation, summer walk, whatever. And yeah, we want it to be sweat resistant, especially as a midlife woman going through menopause, and you never know when you're going to have an outbreak of a hot flash. Yeah, that is really, really good. So But today, for all of y'all who still got y'all compact, we're gonna do a MAC makeover, y'all. We're gonna do a MAC makeover, and most of the things I'm using is from MAC. I'm going to make sure everything is down in the description for you. If they no longer carry it, I will link something that is very similar, because I did kind of look up everything. But yeah, so let's get started. And right now, all I have on is my moisturizer, my eye cream, my SPF. I did go ahead and do my brows because, yeah, you know, that's a whole nother video, and we're not doing that. And I did kind of outline, define underneath my brow bone, but that is it. So what I don't have is a primer from MAC. So I am using the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. It's the hydrating one. And I feel like as a dry woman that a primer is going to be so important when you are using this foundation powder, because remember, it is a more drier type of foundation. So making sure that you're nicely hydrated underneath is very important. If you're oily, you already love this. If you're oily, you already know to use a primer that is for your skin type. One that helps to keep you matte in those areas where you're most oily. Also, a primer that helps to minimize if you have larger pores or blemishes. Usually, sometimes oily skin has to deal with that. So anyway, let's get into this. Let me go ahead and apply my primer as I normally would. I'm going to squeeze out a little bit. Apply this. I'm always starting in the center of my face. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer. Today I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and the number or name I'm using is Fawn. And I didn't choose one that was very light. I wanted one that was a little closer to my skin tone, but still would give me a little bit of brightness. I'm squeezing it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use a sponge wedge to apply it. So I'm going to just tap into it and create the shape that I want first. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit down the center of my nose for a little bit of contour, and a little bit on my forehead. And here. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for like 2 minutes. Minute and a half for the purposes of this video. But what I will do is I will take now my beauty blender, and I'm just going to tap out the edges. I'm going to start, as you see, I'm starting with the forehead. I'm going to go ahead, hit it around the mouth area. And now I'm going to do the edges of the concealer. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my corrector, because you know I wear glasses. That's okay. We're gonna work with it. I've done a video on that before in the past, how to address that. You know what? I'm gonna try. So the one that I'm using is called Extra Deep Studio Conceal Corrector Palette. This is what I should have used first, just on those little dark areas. I'm going to use a MAC concealer brush, and I'm going to just kind of shear it out on my hand first and just tap that like that. So normally this will be done first. Normally first. See if I can pull this off. I'm going to kind of just tap it with my finger to kind of soften it up. Okay. And now I'm going to, whenever you do that, you've got to set it. So I'm going to set it with a little bit of just loose, translucent powder. I'm going to go back and get a little bit more concealer, put it on my hand, get my sponge. And I'm going to just let that sit there for a minute. I'm going to take the remaining color that's on my sponge and I'm going to just take this on my eyelid. Just like that, just like so. And I'm going to set that with a little powder. I'm going to use my Real Techniques setting brush and I'm tapping a little bit into the loose powder and setting that. So now my eyes are already ready for my shadow. So now I'm going to go back with my beauty blender and I'm just going to tap out these edges. And I think that looks pretty good given that I had to go backwards, right? So I am all good with this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to foundation. Okay, so there are a couple of ways that you can apply this foundation powder. So normally in the compact, there used to be a sponge, and I think there is still a sponge that comes with it. When you use the sponge, you're going to get full coverage, okay? Also with this foundation, I don't know if you remember that, but you can use it wet or dry. I am going to use it wet with a brush, not a sponge, because I want a very lightweight application. So depending upon which type of brush you use will depend on the type of coverage you get. If you use a brush like this, powder brush that's very soft and the bristles are loose, you're going to get a lighter type of coverage. If you use one that is more dense and more tight bristles together, you're going to get a fuller type of coverage. So I'm definitely not using this, but I am going to use this, and I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray it on the brush, okay? Then I'm going to go into my powder like that. And trust me, it doesn't destroy your powder because it's meant to be used wet or dry. And then I'm going to start here at my jaw line. And I'm just softly brushing it on. Avoiding, of course, underneath the eye because we've already done that. And as you can see, that look, the coverage is still so nice, but it's still lightweight. Now, this is a little bit redder than my skin tone. And the one that I have underneath this is actually a little bit too light. And I know it's because I have a little bit of a tan. So I'm kind of in between colors right now, but we'll make it work. So I'm going to just use a little bit here on my neck. Okay. And you definitely want to spray your brush. If you're going to use it wet, you don't want to wet your makeup, okay? I'm just going to kind of work it a little fast, you know what I mean? And I can honestly say that this literally looks like a liquid foundation. I want to use a smaller, like ponytail, it's not really pointy, a more dome-shaped shadow brush, go into my powder so I can also go down the side of my nose, because That brush obviously would have been too big. This is a smaller area. So I'm going to use it to apply foundation there and around my nose. And you guys, I think that looks great. I mean, for a foundation powder, girl, bye. Okay, now I'm gonna go back with my beauty blender. Now I'm just gonna tap, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm blending everything. I'm taking out any excess concealer because now I'm gonna go ahead and set underneath the eye. That looks great. So what am I going to use to set? I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Finish Powder in Medium Tan. That's it right there. I love these. It's a little lighter because I want to add some brightness. I want to add some brightness underneath my eye. So I'm using the Real Techniques setting brush, tapping into the powder, tapping off any excess, and I'm just tapping it underneath the eye. Oh gosh, can you see how pretty that is? I love this MAC Mineralized Finishing Powder. I love it. I'm using it on all the areas that I had applied the concealer. So we are done with the face, believe it or not. I still got to add some blush and some highlighter, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the eye. So the palette that I'm going to use is this. I should have wiped it off for y'all. Hold on. It don't even have a name. Oh my God, you know why? I think because it was a little special one they had created maybe for a season, but I did go on the website and I do see that they have a palette that has very similar colors. So this has more pink, more plum, more of a taupe and a gold, colors that are great for brown skin tones. So that's how it looks. And you see it's by MAC. So I'm just gonna do a very soft, easy look. I'm gonna start off with the brown and I'm gonna do that in the crease. I love it because it's such a nice, beautiful matte color, which I'm a fan of matte colors, especially in the crease. As you can see how I'm holding my brush, I'm not holding it this way because if you hold your fingers closer to the bristles, you're going to do a hard application. But if you keep it toward the end, you automatically have a softer touch to applying your makeup. Now, for some people, y'all, you good to walk out the door with this. Like, that's all that you like, girl, you can stop right there. And that's true. You could stop right there, put on a little mascara and your gloss and lipstick, and you're good to go. But you know, I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to also do, I'm going to do this color here. I'm going to do that on the lid. Just going in with a flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm just tapping it. Real easy peasy. To the other side. As you guys can see, I don't take a long time to do my makeup. I used to, but as I've gotten older, and maybe because I've just been doing it for so long, I know exactly where I want to place the color. I know how to blend as I go. And so it doesn't take me a long time. I love a lighter color on the lid because it really opens up the eye. If it was a nighttime or something a little bit more elegant event that you're going to, of course the plum would have been gorgeous on the lid. But what I am going to do is I am going to tap into that plum, and I'm going to use that on the outer corner. And I'm just going to build up that color. And I'm going to go back and blend it with the first brush that I used for the brown tone. If you ever get any extra spillage here, you can always clean that up, so don't worry about it. See, that's like a perfect daytime eye look. Do the same thing on the other side. It's one thing I love about MAC. The colors are so nice and pigmented. I mean, MAC is the OG, y'all. It's the OG. It's gonna always be good. A little bit more. Getting up right up in that crease there. And then blending it out, going back to that very first brush. And blending it so you don't have any harsh lines. Just like that, just like so. So I know y'all saying, Darlene, why didn't you use the gold? You got gold jewelry, gold top. No problem, y'all. Just take your finger. You could just tap that right on top. Just like that. Like that is the only place I would put some shimmer. Girl, stop it. Cute. So you see how I have a little extra spillage right there? Remember that wedge? Great for cleaning up. There's already still pigment left, and it just cleans that up very nicely. If you felt like, no, girl, that ain't clean enough. Girl, go back. Get you some more concealer. Tap it in and clean it up. That's it. And then you tap it with your beauty blender. Because you got to soften that up. You can't have that line like that. Okay, now, because I did not have a liner, from MAC. Actually, oh my God, I do have a black eyeliner, but that's okay. But I wanted to show you how you can use your shadow as a liner. So I'm going to get a brush to support this effort. It's a very tiny, like a pencil-like brush. I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus. And I'm going to go into that deep purple, the one that I used on the outer corner there. I'm going to use that. And I'm going back and forth in the shadow until I've created like a paste. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to line the top and the bottom. Just very close to the lash line. Just like that. I'm going to get it a little closer. And I'm not going to use my finger. I'm going to use my puff to smooth that out a little bit better. Yeah. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to spray my brush one more time. Do it on the other side. And I got to pull it a little bit because, girl, you know, that skin ain't as tight as it used to be. Let me make sure that's even. I can use a little bit more right in the front here. That's cute. Okay, and then the remaining color that's left in this brush, I'm gonna use it on my bottom lash line, where you almost feel like it's going in your eye, but it's not. You're just running it on top of your lash line. Just like that. Girl, we are done with shadow. We're gonna move on to we're gonna apply some mascara, but we're gonna go old school again. I'm going to, because I don't have on lashes and I want to really play up my lashes, I'm going to curl my lashes first. So I'm using an eyelash curler before I go in with my mascara. I don't have much of a lash. So like, this is like real important when you really want your lashes to work for you and not do a false lash. And the mascara I'm using is by MAC. It's called Magic Extension. And I'm gonna lift up my eyelid so I can get to the root of this lash and then bring it up. Like, I really, really do love, and I think it's the brush that's great. And the fact that this is such a rich black mascara. Like, I cannot stand an off black. Oh my God. I'm like, why? Why waste time with off black? Unless you're very, very fair, I can see that. But no, ma'am. See that? Like, I know y'all liking that. I know you girls who don't want to wear lashes, who don't like lashes or whatever. I know you like that. I like it too. Okay, let me curl the other one. And the trick with curling with a lash curler is take your time. Once you get it around your lash, right? Take your time as you're getting ready to squeeze it to know, ooh, I'm too close. I'm too close. And when you feel like you're not too close, go ahead and give it a squeeze. There you go. Yeah, I like this mascara. Mm-hmm. And then after you put your mascara on, if you ever feel like, ooh, it's not enough, I want more, girl, just go back and put more. But do not do too much where it starts to clump together. Beautiful. I already know. So now I'm going to put some on the bottom lash line. Nope. Hold on. The key with this is to hold your head down. And I'm just hitting the tips. I don't have much of a bottom lashes. So I need all the help. Again, take your time. And if you mess up, you get it on your skin. Don't try to get it off right then. Let it dry and then take a Q-tip, your fingernail, whatever, and just flick it off, okay? Ooh, that's cute. That's cute and natural. I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all smell some. That's cute. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to blush. And the blush I'm going to use is an old school. It's old school, y'all, but they still make it. It's called Raisin, okay? This is the color, Raisin. And I'm going to use a nice fluffy blush brush. I'm going to use the side of the brush Tap off any excess. Put it right there. I think raisin is such a good color because it's deep and warm, but it still gives you just a little bit of pop. But it looks very, very natural. See the difference? First, place it where you want, and then you can blend it out. So pretty. Do y'all see how easy and flawless this makeup is? Makeup is that girl. MAC is that girl. So pretty. This blush can go with any look, any eye look, any lip look, you're good. Okay, the next thing we're going to use from MAC is a highlighter. Now, I did not check to see if they still made this, but I'm sure most of you brown skin girls, you don't even have to be brown skin, because I got a couple of MAC like palette that are great for all skin types that I keep in my kit for all skin tones. So this is it right here. And I'm going to use a brush like this because you see it's very lightweight, because I still want to highlight too, but I just need a little. I don't need a lot. We're going to just tap that right there like that. You see it? Just a little. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of it with my finger and do it right down the center of my nose. A little bit right here on the tip of my nose. I need a little brush for that bridge. Right there. Just like that, just like so. And we're done. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit right above my lip. Before we move on to lips, let's go ahead and set this. Now, I use the Fix Plus, you can most certainly use. So 2 things. If you are an oily girl and you're like, you like the matte, you know that you look, but you like the matte, but it looks a little bit too powdery. Or even if you're dry and it looks too powdery, of course, you can go ahead and use your Fix Plus at this point and spritz it all over. For me, I feel like this looks good. I don't feel like I need to powder it or spritz it down so that it melts into my skin, so that it looks like skin, or so that it doesn't look so powdery. I don't think this looks too powdery. I don't think. So I'm going right in with my setting spray, and I'm using the On Till Dawn, the one size. Girl, okay, like I seriously hold my breath every time I use that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. So I'm using, y'all already know I'm using Chestnut. The lip color. First, I'm going to use a lip brush to kind of blend out this top one. Soften up that line a little bit. And the bottom. And what always helps is to have a lip balm on first. But then this lip color, it's a soft matte. It's a liquid, but it's a soft matte. This is my lip color where I just want a very natural look to my lip. I don't want it to stand out. I want everything to look like, oh, of course, she's got on lipstick, but I didn't notice the lipstick, but I know she's got on lipstick. That's what this is. This is called something about nude, y'all. Hold on. It's called, oh, child, hold on. It's called Over the Taupe. I've talked about this before. I love this lip liner, this lips color. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's there, but it's not there. And I feel like this works when your skin is evened out, because it's close to your skin tone, right? So it could really get lost. But when your skin is evened out by whatever you've decided to use, concealer, foundation, liquid foundation, powder, that's when this lipstick like does what you need it to do. Give me a moment. Like, this look is so effortless. This is, I woke up looking like this. Okay. And yo, I think we're done. That is it. That is every. I did want to show y'all this one. This mineralized skin finish is called Dark. I love this because it's so golden. Let me just, I don't even know. I wanted to put this on, but I forgot. But I love the golden tones to it. I feel like this could have also been used as a highlighter too. So I'm not going to mess this up, because this is looking real cute. But you know what? Let's take this hair down. And listen, I know y'all wondering. I just saw her 2 days ago with the, no, I don't know. Did I have a wig 2 days ago, last weekend? I don't know, but I had the wig. But before the wig, I had my hair, and it was gray. So first of all, I know y'all wondering, if you my day ones, you wondering, what she do now? Y'all, I'm always doing something, right? And this is what I use. This is my go-to when I'm not feeling the gray, or if I want to wear something different. As you see, I wanted to wear this, but it was, listen, I had to do some reconstruction. So I use this Tresemme root touch-up. Baby, I just sprayed it on there and then brushed it out to soften it up. I use black. Normally I have a dark brown, but I ran out, so I had to use this one real carefully to soften it up. But that's what I use. I'll make sure all of it is in the description. And let's finish this look. Let's take this hair down. Cause, Ooh. Oh, I'm cute. Oh, I'm cute. Y'all know it's cute. Mac is that girl. I'm mad at you, Mac. I'm so happy I decided to do this and pulled out my Mac. So if you've got Mac, I'm gonna need you to pull it out, treat it well, because it's been good to you over the years, girl. I know it's got a lot of updated new stuff out here, and that's fine, incorporate it. But don't forget about Mac. Don't forget about that old studio fix, because it's working. And you gotta admit, it does not look heavy at all. This hair is giving. Y'all know this used to be a long wig, and I cut it up. I said, no, I want short. I don't need all that long like that. This is cute. So anyway, that is it. So if you've been holding on to your vintage Mac Studio Fix, girl, don't throw it away. Use it. If you use it, please tag me. Y'all can find me on Instagram at beautyiswhatido. No, that's my website. Beauty is what I do. My website is beautyiswhatido.com. And then I have another Instagram page, Darlene Digital Empire. If you want to know a little bit about how to make money online, that's my other one. But if you do it, if you use it, please tag me. I want to see it. Please let me see it. And if with your permission, I would love to post it. So if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me, sticking with me to the end of this video. If you're my day ones, y'all know I completely love you and appreciate you. Thank you for always supporting me. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.